Hey, so this is now my third time attempting to film this video. So I have a few things that I said in the last videos that I didn't end up making it out, obviously, that I'm going to say again, which is going to be kind of weird for me to do. But first, I have note cards here because I am, awkward at YouTube because I'm starting it, and this is only my second time, being in front of the camera, seriously. And this time I have specific points to make rather than making content and just saying random stuff. So it's, just hard for me to look at the camera, because I have a cat over there that I might pay attention to. You might hear her jump off of there or something. I don't know. She can do a lot of things, okay? And so, like I said, I have a lot of things that I want to touch on. I put it in the description of my other video, which you should always read my descriptions, by the way, because I'm always going to put stuff in there. And I know a lot of YouTubers will have the same thing in their description, like maybe a sentence or two that you didn't really need to know, and then follow all my accounts for this, yada yada yada. I probably will never do that. I might include them at the bottom, but I'll always have maybe a paragraph. Maybe I might not have anything to say that day, but there is a good chance they might actually have something to say, like what my next video is going to be, something else important, like, oh, I'm not going to be able to make a video for a week or something. That's likely going to go out there. So, now let me start about all of the topics. So, number one is my horse, Cowgirl. The only horse that I've actually posted about on this channel. She used to be at a barn, but we moved her to my house now, so I'm able to ride her a lot more, and I'm able to videotape it. So I can now take a lot more videos than I used to be able to, because I needed a person. Now I can just set it up on my fence somehow. So that's how I'm going to be videotaping her, unless I have someone there. Next thing is arena. I got an arena, which is awesome. So now I have a place to ride Cowgirl. So I'll be able to make videos, walk, trot, canter, jumping. I can go, we have a lot of space for her to go cross country if I ever decide to do that. So there's a lot of space to do a bunch of stuff. So, next topic is new horses. So, when I started this YouTube channel, I had 4 horses, technically. So we had Cowgirl, who was my latest horse at the time, who I got October 28th, actually. The year's coming up. And I had Jack and Chayton, which I've had for a long time. And they're both just Western. So when we bought Cowgirl, it was to get me an English horse, since that's what I was starting. I'm actually starting to work on English with Jack and maybe Chayton. He's more of a lazy horse, so he really likes just trailing. But now I have more horses. I have Sydney and a horse named Hazel. I was learning how to be a trainer this summer. So what we did was I got a new horse. She was 3 at the time. She's still 3. And I would learn how to train her completely and get on her. I was the first person on her. The other trainer has only ridden her 3 times this whole time that I've had her. And I now brought her to the trainer that Cowgirl used to be at, where she can learn more about English, because that trainer was more Western. So we kind of stopped at a place where, it wasn't really English or Western yet, so she can now come into English very easily. So that's what Sydney is, 3 years old. I'll include a picture somewhere. So that's number 1. Number 2 is now Hazel. My mom decided, and her boyfriend were like, oh, so now that you know this, maybe you can make some money by buying horses for inexpensive that need to be trained, training them up, and then selling them. So Hazel is a 4-year-old off-track thoroughbred. Right, she was last raced on Labor Day, so I'm giving her time to calm down a little. The entire winter she's gonna be just out with the horses, and then I'm gonna start training her, which you might see depending on if I stay serious about this channel, which is actually my next point. And so yeah, so you'll be seeing a lot of horses. Did I touch on Louis? I don't think I said anything about him. So Louis is the last horse. Louis is not new. He's one of the older horses. He's not rideable. You'll probably never see him you'll definitely never see him in the arena, but you might see him in the background, and he is in his 20s. He used to be raced. He was on the way to the glue factory. My mom's boyfriend stopped that and felt bad for him, decided to take him in, make sure he was okay. He's in his 20s, like I said, and he's had no reason to bother him. He's had such a hard life until he came here, where there's lots of pasture and stuff for him and other horses. So next is seriousness. So I used to be on and off about being serious about this channel, and about 7 months ago, I think it was, from this point, well, that was my last video, you know, before this one and the one before this. And so for 7 months, I hadn't done anything. And I was seriously going to be serious about this channel. And, you know, obviously that didn't go so well. And so now I'm going to try to actually stay serious. And now that I have, like, you know, I don't need a cameraman and I have my horse, like, where I can always ride her. You know, you might see some stuff about Sydney, but I'll need someone to take a video, which is hard to get. So you might not really see anything about Sydney other than pictures. Maybe, like, some Snapchat videos, if I ever take any. Hazel, you'll see in springtime when I start her. You might see Jack and Chayton, you know, those horses. But, of course, like, Sydney, you're not going to see much of. That was the problem, was I had Cowgirl there, and I couldn't be there all the time. I only was able to ride her once a week, which was terrible. And even when I have her ridden, my mom doesn't have time to stay with me there, because, you know, she goes to work, and on the weekends is her only real time to do stuff, so she gets a lot of stuff done. So she drops me off there, and my trainer can't really videotape for me and, you know, do stuff, because sometimes she's also riding. Everyone's got a busy schedule. So that's why, you know, I'm not going to have many videos of her. That's why I'm so glad to be able to really start this channel seriously. So next, there's a bug, is talking about this weekend. So in my last description, so this weekend I have a friend who's going to come over. And she has a horse named Baby. And she has a YouTube channel herself. So I was deciding, you know, we should do a, like, collab thing. Because her horse is coming over. Because she doesn't have an arena. You know, sometimes she trailers her horse over to another barn to ride. But she doesn't really have an arena. So we were like, oh my gosh, you could come over and we could ride for the whole weekend. So since we're going to be doing a bunch of riding, I decided, you know, that might be a lot of content that would be cool to have on this channel. To, like, start really getting serious about this channel. So now that's what I'm going to do, is hopefully if she feels the same, she agrees with it, we'll have some on her channel, some on my channel. You know, it'll be really cool. So I'm not too sure what her channel name is now. I gotta check,